Hello, welcome back to the second video tutorial on rendering. So the next step is to how to render an occlusion layer. Okay, so I will simply create a new scene so I can start from the scratch. Okay, don't save it yet. Okay, I will import back the character from before. It's Ringo. Okay, I will create a base or a simple plane as a floor to the character as a reference for you to see what is an occlusion. Okay, some of my students is having a difficulties on rendering because they can't afford a high-end workstation, and most of them are using a laptop which is running on a very low spec for 3D application, and the main problem for them is when it comes to rendering, it's not about they kind of having difficulties on managing the time for rendering. Okay, so occlusion is another way on how you can achieve a mental effect, but but somehow by reducing some of the time rendered compared to if you're rendering on a mentary on a full layer. Okay, so the idea is to render the color on the Maya software, and we apply an occlusion layer onto it, but the occlusion layer will be rendered on a mentary, and then finish up with the rim layer onto it. Okay, so we start with the easiest way to do occlusion layering is just go on the rendering tab here. Okay, and then just select all the item that you want to apply an occlusion shader onto it. So go to layers, create layer from selected. Okay, just rename it as occlusion. Okay, so you right click on the layer, go to attribute. Okay, so you can see on the render layer manager, occlusion layer here, occlusion tab, there's a button called presets. Just click on preset and select occlusion. So every mesh or item that have been included in the occlusion layer will be applied the same shader, which is a occlusion shader. This is shader for the occlusion. Okay, when you hit render, the occlusion shader have to be rendered using a mentary. Okay, so let's say I just render. Okay, this is an occlusion shader look like. Okay, but somehow I kind of not satisfied with the final result of the rendering. It looks a bit pixelated. Okay, and have a noise somehow. So I want to reduce the noise by adding some attribute. Okay, you just go to this tab, MIB AMB Occlusion 1. Just increase the samples to 256, and this will increase the rendering time also. So it depends on you, depends on the power of your machine, the time, how many time that you have for rendering. Okay, the spread I will set it 1 and maximum distance will be 4. Okay, so just hit the render button. See, it will take a longer time compared to before on rendering, but somehow it reduced the noise and the occlusion looks clearer to me. Okay, so that's it for occlusion. And okay, another way, step 2, if you don't want to somehow using this rendering layer, you can do the occlusion manually by, let's say I remove the layer first, delete layer. Okay, deleting the rendering layer won't affect anything on the attribute, since it's just a contain information for the shader, not for the attribute. Okay, so another way is to manually create a shader, new material, blend or surface shader, doesn't matter, and go to the color. Okay, go to the mental ray. Okay, mental tab here, and you look for the MIB AMB occlusion and click enter. Okay, so apply the same setting, 1, 4. Okay, so assign also to the, this is to the floor, and render, of course you have to render it using mental ray. Okay, and hit render. Let's see. So it still carry out the attribute from the blend shader. So what you have to do is you have to go to sorry, I will have to, okay, Windows rendering editors, go to Hypershade. Okay, I will just delete it. Delete the layer, the shader. Sorry, because you're gonna create a new shader. It's just easier for you if you use something wrong with the mouse. New material, surface shader. shader and just go to the out color and apply the same thing. Okay, I just leave the setting there for hopefully it work. Okay, it work. Okay, so that's how you can do it manually without using a render layer. Okay, yeah, thank you.